Welcome everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm excited to introduce our topic, Diploma in Teeth Whitening, covering in-office, at-home, and clinical selection. In this presentation, we'll explore various whitening techniques, helping you understand the options available and how to choose the best approach for your needs. Let's get started. Let's talk about the rapid shade improvement we can achieve with this method. One of the great advantages is that no patient compliance is required, which makes the process much easier for both the practitioner and the patient. Since the treatment is professionally controlled, we can ensure the application is precise and safe. The key features here include the professional application of concentrated peroxides, which delivers immediate results without the need for patient trays. This approach offers high-concentration care right in the office, making it an efficient and effective solution for whitening. Overall, this method aligns perfectly with our goal of providing quick, reliable, and professional whitening treatments. Let's take a closer look at some important findings regarding clinical performance. First, it's worth noting that in some cases, when only 2 sessions are performed, carbamide peroxide might require more sessions to achieve the same results compared to hydrogen peroxide. So, the number of sessions can vary depending on the bleaching agent used. Now, looking at the overall effectiveness, most clinical trials have shown that you can achieve a similar level of color change after about 3 bleaching sessions. That's a key point because it suggests that both agents can be effective within a similar timeframe. Research also indicates that 37% carbamide peroxide and 35% hydrogen peroxide tend to produce comparable whitening results. This is important because it gives us flexibility in choosing the agent based on patient needs or preferences, knowing that they can both deliver similar outcomes. Overall, when comparing the clinical performance of hydrogen peroxide versus carbamide peroxide, the efficacy appears quite similar, which helps us inform our treatment planning and set realistic expectations with our patients. On this slide, we're looking at the results related to sensitivity levels during and after whitening treatments. What's really important here is that carbamide peroxide is associated with a significantly lower risk and intensity of sensitivity. Specifically, only about 37% of patients experience sensitivity with carbamide peroxide. In contrast, when we look at hydrogen peroxide, the sensitivity rate jumps slightly to 35%. Although the percentage difference may seem small, statistically, carbamide peroxide tends to cause less discomfort overall. This is a key point because it highlights how choosing the right bleaching agent can make a big difference in patient comfort. As we consider the overall theme of safe and effective whitening, minimizing sensitivity is a crucial factor. So the takeaway here is that carbamide peroxide offers a gentler option, helping patients maintain comfort during and after the treatment, which ultimately supports better patient satisfaction and compliance. Let's take a look at the different options for at-home whitening. First, we have varying concentrations of CP or HP, which are used for supervised home bleaching. These gels can be customized based on the patient's needs and the desired results. Next, there are convenient, over-the-counter options, which are great for maintenance and minor touch-ups. These are easy to access and can help keep your smile bright without a lot of hassle. We also have strips and pens, which are considered the gold standard for home use. They provide even gel distribution and are designed to be comfortable, making the whitening process more manageable and less messy. Finally, we have custom trays, which are part of at-home whitening systems. These trays are tailored to fit the patient's teeth perfectly, ensuring effective and uniform whitening. Overall, these options give us a range of solutions to meet different patient needs, from simple maintenance to more customized, professional-grade whitening. Now, let's look at some targeted application options for specific teeth or on-the-go maintenance. First, we have pen systems, which involve pre-coated adhesive strips that you apply daily. These are particularly effective for tackling extrinsic stains, making them a convenient option for quick touch-ups. Next, there are strips, which you wear nightly or daily, using a low-concentration carbamide peroxide. This approach allows for gradual, stable whitening results over time. Lastly, we have custom trays, which are designed for at-home use, offering a personalized fit that can be used as part of your daily routine. These methods give you flexibility and control, fitting into your lifestyle while helping you achieve a brighter smile. Let's talk about laser and light activation, focusing on some key points. First, these methods are primarily used to influence patient perception, meaning they can make the procedure feel faster or more comfortable. However, it's important to note that they may also increase the temperature inside the pulp, which could potentially cause sensitivity or other issues. Despite some claims, the evidence shows that using light activation doesn't provide a long-term benefit in terms of efficacy. So, while it might seem advantageous initially, it doesn't necessarily translate into better or longer-lasting results. One of the main reasons for using light activation is to speed up chemical reactions. Specifically, light is designed to accelerate the breakdown of peroxide through thermal energy, making the bleaching process faster. In clinical practice, understanding these points helps us make informed decisions about when and how to use light activation, ensuring we prioritize patient safety and realistic expectations. When considering clinical selection, it's important to evaluate the patient's individual needs. First, look at their stain type and their sensitivity history. If a patient has high sensitivity, I typically recommend using CP, which is more comfortable for them. For those seeking immediate results, HP can be a good choice because it provides faster whitening. Next, think about the patient's existing restorations and whether they are compliant with treatment plans. This helps ensure that the selected method will be effective and sustainable. When assessing the stains, remember that intrinsic stains tend to require longer contact time, so treatments need to be more extended or more intensive. On the other hand, extrinsic stains usually respond well to rapid, in-office treatments, making the process quicker and often more predictable. Finally, always tailor your approach based on whether the patient needs a quick fix or a more conservative, longer-term solution. Connecting these points to the overall theme, the key is to choose the right technique that aligns with the patient's specific situation, maximizing both effectiveness and comfort. Let's wrap up with some key takeaways. First, the combined approach. I recommend considering in-office sessions followed by at-home trays, as this tends to give the most stable and long-lasting results. It's about combining the strengths of both methods to maximize patient satisfaction. Next, on the topic of evidence-based practice, both HP, hydrogen peroxide, and CP, carbamide peroxide, are equally effective. The choice between them should be guided by factors like the patient's sensitivity risk and how many sessions are needed. It's about tailoring the approach to each individual. And speaking of patient comfort, always keep that at the forefront. For patients prone to sensitivity, using 37% carbamide peroxide can really help ensure a more comfortable experience overall. So, to sum it all up, a combined approach for better results, choosing the agent based on individual risk factors, and prioritizing patient comfort with appropriate formulations. These principles help us deliver effective, personalized care and achieve the best possible outcomes.